Now, many of my regular viewers will know that I am the proud father of 2 adorable, loving children. And nothing gives me greater satisfaction. The best part of my day is not when they leave the house and I can quietly have breakfast on my own. Nor is it the end of the day when they've finally managed to finish their dinner and gone to bed and I sit down and watch a bit of YouTube before inevitably falling asleep on the sofa. No sir, it's all the stuff in between, every screaming minute of it. And my wife and I, we look at these couples who are about our age, who are, childless, and we laugh. Ha ha ha, you self-centered hedonistic bastards. Some people, I laugh because it's funny, some people think that people like me, my wife and I, we're jealous of people our age who don't have kids. It's ridiculous. We're not jealous. They're jealous of us, I think. What, for Easter you're going to Formentera again? All right, okay, that sounds good. Have fun. Don't get too drunk. Us, no, I think we'll just stay here, bringing up the next generation, ensuring the survival of the human race. No biggie. You be sure to have fun though, eh? On holiday, eh? Post plenty of pictures of your age-defying bronzed bodies on Instagram. So I think you can see why we're clearly not. We're not jealous. We're not jealous. Okay, but seriously, let's get into what I want to talk about today. There's this article I've come across in the Daily Mail, which is about a childless couple in their late 20s saying how great it is to be childless. How does this article even get written? I don't understand. What's the agenda? The editor wants people to have less children, fewer children. Did a couple want to put it out there that they hate children? Does the writer of the article actively seek childless couples to write about what is going on? Why we're putting off having children. We have sacks 4 times a week and lie-ins every weekend. Why ruin things? Fuck humanity. A child-free couple has revealed why they are not interested in having children, revealing that their status as non-parents means they have sacks 4 times a week, go on 12 holidays a year, and enjoy lie-ins every weekend. According to Taylor Vasu, 28, and her husband Justin, 27, from Orange County, California, they don't want to end up miserable by having kids. I mean, they're 27 and 28. Again, my problem isn't that a 27 and 28-year-old couple don't want to have kids. My problem is, why is this a story? They're still young, it's fine that they don't want kids yet. But it's just weird. Why are we being told about this? It's not a story. Taylor and Justin, who have been together for 6 years, spend their free time traveling, going for spontaneous lunch dates, working out together, and sleeping in at the weekends. They book time off work at a week's notice and say they have wild sex 4 times a week. Right, I have 2 problems with that, and one of them is not that I'm jealous. First of all, I think, and it's probably because I'm a parent now, what must their parents be thinking when they hear that? We have wild sex 4 times a week. Particularly, like, the dad, her dad. I rail her 4 times a week. Wild sex! And the other problem I have is, what do people mean by wild sex? Maybe I'm a bit innocent. How wild can it be? 4 times a week. Might wear a bit thin after a while. It's wild every time and 4 times a week. I don't think it's really even a question of libido, really. It's just psychologically. I don't know. It gets to Thursday. It's been a long week. You've already had 2 wild sessions, probably by then. Maybe on a Thursday after a tough week at work. Does it have to be ultra-violent super sex tonight? Maybe one of the two's just not up for it. It's going to be the wife, let's face it. He's just there all sad in his gimp mask with his knob out. Taylor believes it would be irresponsible for her and Justin, an IT sales executive, to have children currently, as they are expensive. And they want to wait until they are financially prepared. Rather than putting money aside for any future children, the pair are saving to buy a house. Not that they don't have money. They go on 12 holidays a year, living in Orange County, California. They're saving to buy a house. Even going on 12 holidays a year, they're still saving money to buy a house. I mean, yeah, they might have to make some slight adjustments if they want to have kids. They're clearly making enough money to have kids. I mean, I'm not saying that kids aren't expensive, but they're not that expensive. They're not as expensive as 12 holidays a year. And that's fine if that's what you want to do with your life. You want to just go on holidays and everything and buy shit. That's, but I kind of feel like a lot of people feel the need to justify it. And it's like, I was joking, by the way, at the beginning of the video. I don't care what people do with their lives. I think, for me, I was like, well, I've got to have kids. That's what people do, sort of thing. But I never really cared. It's just, again, these sort of fake divisions people are trying to create. Everyone's really getting behind having kids or really against having kids, and you have to sort of write articles about it in the tabloids. I don't understand what's going on. But anyway, let's carry on. Taylor is terrified about the strain having a child can place on a marriage, and says she doesn't want to end up like other people she knows with children who are often miserable. I think that there's probably some truth to that, that parents are probably more stressed than people who are just in a loving relationship and go on holidays all the time. It's just, I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, if you're a nihilist, you would say there's no point to anything, is there? But I guess at heart, I'm not really a nihilist. I believe that something along the lines of you've got to have kids. Or you're not fulfilled, right? You haven't fulfilled your purpose. No, I'm joking. Obviously, especially I'm joking to people who can't have kids, who that's, a complete tragedy. But yeah, there's got to be people who don't want kids, of course, whatever. I do feel, I have to say, having said all that, I do feel like there is a lot of anti-kid propaganda. It's like, feels like the culture sort of implies that kids are annoying and a nuisance. And they are to a degree, but that's not all they are. There's one good thing that I can recommend about having kids is the death your ego goes through. Because I don't think, unless you're somebody who's full of empathy, which I'm really not, I don't know if you can tell, you never really, I don't know, you like a lot of people and maybe love some people, but you never think really that anyone's more important than you until you have kids. And there's like this thing, before you have kids, you think, would I die for someone? Is there anyone I'd die for? And that's something I'd thought about quite a lot, despite never having been put in that situation. But then when you do have kids, it's not even an emotional thing. At least in my case, it's not. It's just, obviously, you would. Immediately, your answer is yes. Would you die for? Yes, of course. It's not. I don't even get emotional thinking about that, because it's just an obvious fact. Something changes in your brain where it's just like, you might be a better parent or a worse parent, but that, if you're not a psychopath, I think is a constant for everyone. Immediately, those people are way more important than yourself. Which doesn't mean you should neglect yourself, because then you become a shitty parent as well and a shitty person to be around. But immediately they are the top priority. Even if you don't behave like that all the time, they are. At the back of your head, the hierarchy of importance shifts. And I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing for people to go through, because it's a different experience of life, If you live the first 30 years of your life as an absolute protagonist, and then to take that back step, that step back, You still are. You still are in the driving seat. You're still seeing everything from your point of view, but you also see that your death is not the most important thing in your life. Bizarrely. I don't know how to explain that exactly. It's like, I think that's another thing as well. I think I fear death less since I've got kids, which, obviously I don't want to die young, but I kind of think, I don't know, there's like a sense that that there's something more important than me being alive. I don't know. And I really don't mean to be all mushy about this. It's not, I don't feel emotional while I'm saying this. My voice is a bit bad because I'm a bit ill. But no, it's just the way you feel. It's just something switches in your brain. And but having loads of wild sex is good as well, so and going on those 12 holidays a year, I'm sure that fulfills them. I'm sure that fills their soul to the brim. The Satanists. No, I've got no problem with it. It's each to their own, isn't it? Isn't it? At the end of the day. Anyway, that's enough slushy bullshit from me today. I'll see you in the next one.